So, groupthink is mostly multiple people or individuals who come together to have new ideas, new questions, or just different results when they come together to make a final decision together. Mostly, it could be small, big, whether the results are positive or negative. Now, because a groupthink can be somewhat beneficial, it also comes with a few issues alongside it, mostly dealing with how there are multiple decisions that people have to make within the entire group itself, even though there's a few issues. One of them is directive leadership, where it's like a high ranking official or high status person within the group itself who tells the rule of what or exactly what needs to be done or whatever ideology or whatever they have in general for the rest of the folks to follow. Now, because of that, you also got stress and time pressure, or just time and stress pressure. It basically leads to multiple individuals either following the directive leadership of the higher ranking officials rule or whatever they had for their ideology, or just not doing it all. Now, for example, it could be like an individual right here, where most of the individuals who join the group are just their own personal ideologies, their own doubts, and everything like that. Now, the direct leadership, on the other hand, is probably a high ranking official whose standards way higher than others. Now, because of the stress, like the time and pressure, this has to come up alongside the directive leadership due to the fact there are multiple individuals who's probably been there way longer than others when they first joined the group. Now, it's added that the individual must join the ideology or whatever goal that's been set, or they don't do it at all, which is probably like a no choice thing. So the other one is basically the outsiders for opinions. Now I know that opinions that we have are going to be different from those within the group itself, and because they're outsiders, because we might be foreigners who may come in and visit the town or anything like that, we're just going to be viewed as an outsider or foreigner, one of the two out of the way, because our opinion is going to be obviously different. This can impact how the groups think, or multiple groups, whether it be one, two, three, etc. It can impact everything and probably cause inner turmoil. Probably it's very small, or just, I don't know, just going anywhere it needs to be. Now, because of all that stuff, it does come with a few harmful side effects alongside with all I said so far. Mostly dealing with collective realization, where there's just like a lot of individuals. Now, because of all that stuff together that I said before, that direct the leadership, it caused most of the individuals for the collective realization to follow only that one standard rule. Now, a few other ones is the stereotyping of outsiders. Because for me being an outsider, or it could be you who probably come into a new town or a town that wasn't there on a GPS because it's probably been so old that they haven't updated. That when you come into their town, they view you as okay, weak. Like, what's wrong? They got all this different stuff, something like that. Now, that's just a few of the stuff that you can just deal with in terms of harmful side effects. There are way more that you will probably see along your way of you going somewhere along your journey. Anyway, but because of that, a few examples that some of the stuff I said can be seen is like church and also like government official places like the Pentagon, or another place that probably much smaller but have impacted most of the entire world around us could be U.S. Postal Service. You're going to have mail somehow. You gotta pay it. Now, to prevent some of the directive leadership and mostly another harmful side effect could be like mind guard, because there are a lot of members within the group who's going to try to prevent information from coming out, and there's also self censorship or censorship for like the doubts within the group itself. The best thing that I had was to basically make diverse groups. Basically, take whatever groups they had, those big groups, huge groups, just break them down into very small groups and make sure they're diverse. Just to first of all break mind guard because there are probably multiple members in which they know the truth, they know the different stuff, yet they can't say nothing, or a certain individual might have self-seniorship, where they have their own doubts, which can cause inner turmoil throughout the entire group itself. And because of that, you just got to find signs, because there are going to be certain individuals who's going to act a certain way. Now, for director leadership, it's going to be one that's going to stand out the most, or they may blend in. It cannot be fully prevented due to the fact that it's basically everywhere around the world. Sometimes we don't even realize about the different stuff that's happened in our life as well. Now, for the stuff I said, it is possible to prevent multiple of these things from happening, like directive leadership and possibly mind guard and self-seniorship as well, and also stereotyping outsiders. But that last one that I just said probably wouldn't work due to the fact that it's been around longer than I have, and probably you have as well. And we basically have learned that this is what we're going to act, and this is how we're going to act through our entire life. We can change along the way, but in order to prevent some of this stuff from reoccurring again, break down most of the groups into smaller, diverse groups if you can, and if possible, try to mix some stuff up. At least have somebody, if it is possible now, because challenging some ideas may be too much because stress and time pressure. Looking at you like, what he say? Or what they say? I don't even know what you did. For something like that, it could be too much because we may be the foreigner within our own group, or we are the foreigners who just came from a different area, probably a different town or something, but they treat us like one. So, is it possible to prevent some of this stuff like group thinking? It is. But because of how we are in general, it's only possible to some extent. You just have to understand ourselves first, find out what we did in our entire lives, reflect upon our life in general, even our own religion, if you had one, to understand what you have to do before you allow stress and time pressure to get to you, or the collective realization to get to you, or the stereotype of outsiders, because I know that we're in a world that's always changing, so that's how it is.